Hello, all of my St. Paul kiddos and friends. This is Miss Diane, and I am lucky to be able today to read a story to you. So hopefully you're all doing great. I know it's really kind of a tough time for everybody, but hopefully you're safe and healthy and enjoying the last few days here of your school online. I know summer's coming up. And I know it's a really uncertain time. It's uncertain for adults too. And I know that you miss your friends. I miss my friends too. And you miss your teachers. You miss your sports, being able to play baseball and softball and soccer. But even though things are uncertain, I know there's a very certain thing, one very certain thing we can count on, and that's God's love. So God is with us. He's here to take care of us. He loves us. The Bible says God knows each one of our names. The Bible says He knows every hair on our head. I mean, every hair. Think of that. Diane knows my name, knows every one of those hairs. And there's a lot of hair. I need a haircut. But God knows. He knows us, cares for us, He loves us. You think about that, all that knowledge, what He knows, and the power that love I am certain of. So in these uncertain times, we know we can always count on God. And if we're frustrated, it's driving us crazy, we just say, hey, God, life's driving me crazy. He's there. He'll listen. So know that for certain, God's love is there. The other thing I'm pretty certain about is you probably know your ABCs. And even though you know your ABCs, I have a book here today that I'm going to read. It's called My Spiritual Alphabet Book. This book actually is something that I had when my boys were little, and they're not so little anymore. They're 30 and 33. But I want to read this book to you today, and I want you to really check. Not only we read a book for words, but we also read the book to see the pictures, and that's one of the things I really like about this book. So the book is written here by Holly B. And I'm just going to move this a little bit. Hopefully you'll be able to see better. So Holly B is the person that wrote the book. And the person that illustrated the book is Kim Howard. And I'm going to read just a little bit about them because I think it's kind of fun to learn about the artist and the author. So Holly B, who's the author of the book, spent many years writing advertising copy for agencies in Dallas, Houston, Chicago, and California. So she didn't just read or just didn't write children's books. She also was writing ads for people. The birth of her first niece prompted her to write the spiritual tale, Where Does God Live? And that's another book that has been considered a classic and has touched the hearts of thousands of children and adults. But while caught in a traffic jam, so I know we're not in a jam now, obviously. We're staying home, staying safe, not really in our cars. But when Holly was stuck in a traffic jam, she had the inspiration from My Spiritual Alphabet Book. The first draft was written on the back of a bunch of bank slips, deposit slips, while she was in her car. She's a freelance advertising writer and active community volunteer and lives in Tampa, Florida with her husband, Steve Weaver, a Sheltie named Lizzie, and a bull mastiff puppy named Buddy, and she loves to hear from her writers and her readers. Kim Howard, and she's our person here that illustrated, or the artist for the book. She studied art and drama at the University of California at Berkeley. She has been a merit scholar at the Academy of Art College, a textile designer. So that means she would design fabrics for us for clothes, a greeting card designer, and a freelance product designer. She has illustrated 15 children's books and spent a year in Paris with her daughter Amelia while working on My Spiritual Alphabet book. She loves circuses, puppet shows, hiking, riding, and talking to animals. Kim and Amelia live in Ketchum, Idaho, when not traveling. So here's an artist. She did the pictures for this book we're going to read. She also did cards. And I know that you guys, there's some really good artists in St. Paul. So if you're going crazy, you can always draw a picture. Draw a picture, send it to your grandma. Send it to your neighbor. Draw a bunch of pictures and send those pictures to a nursing home. That's a good way to kind of get rid of some of that craziness and use all that talent that you guys have. So let's go ahead and read the book. My Spiritual Alphabet book. And this is dedicated from the author to her wonderful parents and her newest nephew, Aiden. And by the artist of the book, the dedication is for the generous educators of our tender children. So I know you guys, while you're working at home, doing your online classes, you really appreciate those teachers. So we want to make sure we do that when we get back in the classroom. A is for the angel who is watching over me. B is for believing in the things I cannot see. C is for our Creator who made the world so fair. D is for the dance of joy and happiness we share. E is for everything God has made, from big to very small. F is for my loving friends who help me when I call. G is for the grace of God that fills me every day. And remember, that is a certainty. God's grace and God's love. H, it stands for heaven. It's where the angels play. I is for the inspiration that helps me reach the stars. J is for the journey that will take me, oh, so far. K is for the kingdom God created at the start. L is for the light of God that lives within my heart. M is for our Mother Earth, with trees and oceans blue. N is for the starry night, when wishes all come true. O is for the olive branch that's carried by a dove. P is for the daily prayers I send to God with love. Q is for the questions, and we probably have a few of them, I will ask along the way. R is for remembering the beauty of today. S is for the spirit that fills my heart with joy. T is for the truth I tell to every girl and boy. U is for the universe God made for me and you. V is for the inner voice that guides the things I do. W is for the wisdom that tells me wrong from right. X is in the extra hug I get from Mom at night. Y is a letter that I love because it stands for yes. Yes to love, and yes to health, and yes to happiness. Z, now we're at the very end. We're at the letter Z. You find it in amazing, which is what I am, you see. This is my special alphabet. God made it just for me. So when I count my blessings, I can use my ABCs. So thanks for listening, you guys. You definitely are a blessing. So stay safe, take care, and know that the certainty of God's love is always with you.